without the passion. And obviously, this episode has really ignited a fire in so many people, and that's really encouraging.
And then,
Yes. It's a privilege. It's a privilege. It has always been a privilege to be the president of AWARE, because there have been so many good women ahead of us, and I have often felt that I still owe AWARE something. I took off after I think I was 2 years of president, and then I was IPP, and I might have stayed on for 1 more year. And I then went off to try to pursue my own ambitions. I went to study, and all the time I was saying, it's the same thing as what you heard today. We all feel that we don't need to be there because it is in good hands, and nothing will go too wrong. And I wanted to pursue my own life. But somewhere at the back of my mind, I always felt that I still owe AWARE something, because I think it has been at AWARE that I have grown the most. I think that I learned much more volunteering at AWARE than I did in all my years in university. Yeah, it's great. Yes, we were very. This exco, you will realize there are among us women who have been with AWARE for 10 years or 15 years. But I want you to understand that they have been members for all those years, and some of them have worked at various times on subcommittees. But they have also worked for a period and then leave to catch up with their own life, and then they have come back. And in fact, they came back during Constance's year. Some of them started Ejin, Carries. These people came back during Constance's year. And Ejin, for example, I'm so glad that we are able to vote her in as vice president, because she was our choice for vice president for this past slate. In fact, and she has been with AWARE from very early on. 15 years she has been with AWARE. She's a trained architect. She has been responsible for our shift from a small little shop house in Racecourse Road to the AWARE Centre in Dover Crescent. She was the one who looked after the renovations, and in fact during Connie's year last year, she did some new renovations. You must all come and visit us at the new centre once I put it back to how it should be, and you will be able to see what I mean. So you have people like that. You have Margaret Thomas, who was among the founding members, but who has always been a little distant because she has other things to do with her life. But these women, though, even when they're not volunteering, I think that AWARE is the kind of association that once you are in, you don't leave, because if you were genuinely interested in the cause, and you probably won't be with AWARE for very long if you were not really genuinely motivated by the issues. And it is something which it's not something that you take up one day and leave off tomorrow. You may not actively work on it because there are other priorities in your lives, but it will always be with you. So those of us who are not there are actually also still there, because they are always available to whoever wants a consultation or a second or a third or a fourth opinion. And it doesn't matter that you come and ask my opinion and after that you go and do your own thing. That's perfectly acceptable. And the new committee, I was going to say, so among us we have also selected some very new members who have just joined for maybe a year or less than a year, and these are young people. I think we have among us two young graduates. One, Joanna, who has just recently graduated in psychology, and she was employed at AWARE as the education officer for about 8 months, and she quit when all these things was going on. And then we have Martha. Martha is now pursuing her. She has a master's degree in public policies, and she's now pursuing her PhD. So these are young people whom we are hoping that will, very soon you will have probably maybe a younger, brighter AWARE, sooner than you might expect, maybe, because everyone has been calling us old guard, and it's no fun being thought of as these people these old things hanging on to the association and not letting go. That's not the case at all. Everyone has a life to go back to. Volunteering does take a lot of time, and especially in research and advocacy, it takes a lot of time, which is why it pained us so much when they started to dismiss people, because it takes many years to be able to find the right fit of person and professional skills to go with a particular area of studies that you want them to work on. And academics are so busy themselves, and so to get them to work on a paper, let's say, or research for an organization that is outside of their employment is really asking for a lot of time. And somebody like Brahmamati, she's so busy, right? And she's traveling quite a lot, and to have her stay on CEDAW to work on that. Have you seen that report, how thick it is? To have someone to be able to understand what those technical language means. The clauses are all in a very formal language. To be able to decipher that language, to be able to have the insight to understand how to move on those issues, and when you are making a presentation to make your points, how best to present your material. Those are very specialist skills, which not anyone can take over and perform overnight.
Sorry, not